All right, gentlemen, what's up? Dave with Core Confidence here. Turn down the intro music. I always like to put on a little intro music while I'm getting this stuff set up. So here we are live today talking about how to overcome challenges in post-divorce dating. Now, that also could be post-relationship dating technically, but there are some things that are a bit different, right, being a post-divorce guy, okay? And I would say, I mean, at least half, probably 2/3 of the guys, 2/3 the guys at least, probably even 3/4 of the guys that reach out to me have been married and divorced, okay? A lot of guys in their late 30s, all the way through 40s, all the way through the 50s, even to late 50s, even early 60s. And a lot of challenges that can be unique to guys that are post-divorce, whether they're freshly divorced or long-time divorced. Especially freshly divorced, probably going to be focused on a little bit more here, but different than a long-time single guy, right? Pretty different depending on what his dating history is, or if he has much of a dating history at all, or whatever, right? And sometimes, of course, you know, if you're a post-divorce guy watching this, which you most likely are, that you may not have had a tremendous amount of experience with women, and that's okay, and that's what I'm here to help with, because you met your high school sweetheart, or you had a girlfriend or two before you met your wife in your 20s, and then 20, 25 years have gone by, 15, 20, 25 years, and all of a sudden you're thrown back in the dating scene. It didn't work out. Maybe you had kids, and kids are off at college or whatever, and you guys became roommates, or unfortunately there was some cheating going on, stuff like that, right? All kinds of things can happen. You realize you just lost the love. It's time to move on. All kinds of stuff can happen to guys, right, throughout marriage, and, you know, things have changed today. So, you know, I hear everything from, like I said, oh, she cheated on me, she sort of went nuts, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't a fit. The one I hear probably most often is we kind of just become roommates. We become advanced roommates, and but where there's no sex, there's no real love, other than, yeah, we might love each other as friends, but the passion is gone, the chemistry is gone, so on and so forth, right? So, you know, when you're getting back into and thinking about, well, how am I going to handle my love life, and you're really ready to, you know, move forward in dating, that's who this is for. If you're kind of like on the fence, considering, well, you know, should I move on, or should I take care of my love life, or what? No, this is geared around, you know, moving things forward now. And if you're watching this, cool, you're not ready, cool, you'll get something out of it. But, you know, the steps I'm going to talk about here is really kind of based from a place of a guy saying, hey, I'm making the decision that I want to change my love life and the way dynamics have gone in my relationships with women moving forward. Now, that also can really, I mean, you could be saying, okay, well, in a few months I'm going to do it when things settle down at work or whatever. But again, you really want to be, you know, taking this seriously and moving forward. Okay, so let's dive in here. The first thing, it may seem simple and obvious, but it's not. I speak to a lot of guys every month, and it's surprising to me the amount of guys that will reach out and want help, or say they want help, but they're not over their ex. So the first thing that you really have to work on is to get over your ex. If you have those kind of challenges, not every guy post-divorce, maybe he's the one that ended it, cool. Or maybe it was a little more mutual and lost that love and feeling for a while, cool. But there's a fair majority of guys that will reach out and say, you know, I'm not, well, they may not say they're not over their ex yet, but I'll know when we're in a conversation, they just keep going back to their ex. They keep going back to their ex, even though I'm asking in different directions. And then I have to really kind of bring up the issue. Are you really over your ex? And they kind of go, no, I'm not. And I'm like, well, cool. You should go take care of that first. Some guys come hoping that they can get their ex back when they come to my stuff. And while that's possible, it's not possible in the way that a lot of guys think when they're like, if I could only have my ex back, I love her so much, blah, blah, blah. When she doesn't love them anymore, right? Or she's with some other guy, or she's behaving badly and kicked him out or whatever, right? Or is playing games with the kids and all kinds of crazy stuff, right? So you really, really got to make that decision that you want the best, that you want a 10 out of 10 love life is what I say, that you want the best for yourself. Because if you don't make that decision, whether it's her or another person, you won't get what you get the level that you believe you deserve, okay? So a lot of people stay in those relationships because they don't believe they deserve better. And they think that if they can just get her to change or shift or whatever, but it doesn't work that way. And there's a whole dynamic that's already been set up. So the way that I help guys do it is reset the precedent by becoming the best version of themselves, right? And get women chasing. That's a big, huge thing that distinguishes me from a lot of other stuff out there, most all of it. Instead of being a better pursuer of women, a better chaser of women, right? But you gotta either, if you realize, if you're listening to this right now and go, shit, I'm not over my ex. Well, I suggest that you go do that. You can go counseling, therapy, do your own work, whatever. And if you're like, no, but if I can get her back, I know I can, David. Well, great, go try that. However, that's difficult to do if two people aren't on board and you're the only one that wants to. It's possible for that to happen, but it's sort of like if you love somebody, set them free. You got to let her go, become better, and maybe she'll come back, maybe she won't. But you got to do what's best for you, right? And so you got to get over your ex first thing, okay? That's a huge challenge that I see that guys don't realize that they got to do, okay? And then the second thing is to get the rust off and start getting out there socially, certainly meeting women, meeting people and all that. You don't have to have this crazy social life or anything or be ultra social, but you know, with what I talk about and with how online dating works, especially for guys that are older, late 30s, 40s, 50s and up, especially if you want to date younger women, online is tough, guys. It's real tough. So much easier in person because of, you know, got to build the confidence up, the vibe, all these things I talk about. And it just works out better. Old school is new school, as I like to say it, okay? And so part of that is actually building and having a social life that you enjoy regardless of women, okay? It's not the only thing, but it is a big part of it because we want something that integrates. I'm not about going out to meet women and, you know, just to meet women. Go to the pickup channels, okay? Do that. I did that. They wanted me to be a pickup instructor. I said no. I knew intuitively it wasn't right for me, even when I was in it 12 years ago. And look, I'm grateful for that experience that got me to see the possibility, hey, I could be different. I can do different things with women. But ultimately, it's too highly focused on getting the girl. And we're all about having the girl get us here, right? So you got to get the rust off. You got to build that social life. And you got to have a decent one. You got to think more wide than narrow, right? And if you think about women and how we do things around here, we want to be like a field that attracts them, not a laser that targets them and knocks them out. We want a field that attracts them and then they're trying to target us, okay? So really important that there's social life and kind of widening of your life, opening up your life, okay? Again, it doesn't have to be crazy, but a bit. And then that was kind of like points 2 and 3, but the fourth point I would say is a lot of times guys are not going, and so this is a little tricky in language, going for the women they want, hot women, gorgeous women, personality-wise, you know, women that are sweet, kind, whatever. Look, nobody's perfect. We're all human. We all have our things, but fundamentally, they don't rest in a place of entitlement or bitchiness or whatever, even though they're super hot. And going for the women you want, you know, I'll talk to a lot of guys that will, you know, I start asking them, hey, how's the dating life going? Blah, blah, blah. How many women you see in dating? And they're like, yeah. And then, oh, yeah. It's like, you know, I got plenty of women that are attracted to me and even chasing me. And then I go, well, let's take a look. Are these the women that you want? Are they your 9s and 10s? You know, 8s, 9s, 10s? And a lot of times they're like 5s, 6s. I hate to use that scale, but it makes sense to us as guys, right? And then we really get in down to it that they don't have the confidence, that they don't have the self-belief to do so. They don't believe they deserve it. So I do a lot of work with guys on that stuff. In fact, was just work with the client a little bit on that. And some guys have it stronger than others. Of course, there's a component of flipping everything around, right? Flipping the script, as I talk about in my Attraction on Command Masterclass. But ultimately, you still want to go for what you want and believe that you deserve that. And that can take some work in doing. And it's one of my specialties in helping guys out that really want to accelerate that. So, oh, pardon me, quick little one today before I have a string of calls here coming up, starting in about 15 minutes. So I want to get prepared for that. So last thing here, if you're listening and you're, certainly probably post-divorce dating guy, you don't have to be post-divorce, of course, but if you're watching this, you're probably post-divorce at some point, recently out or further down the road, and it's just not working for you in your love life, in your dating life. I'd love to talk to you. One of the simplest things you can do is just reach out, shoot me a PM message, and we can discuss, your situation a bit and see if it's a fit to talk more. We'll talk about what's working, what's not, all the appropriate things about your situation, see how I can help you out. Tell me things, everything that you need to tell me. And yeah, you don't have to wait if this is something you want to really accelerate and change now. Because life's a wasting, especially for us older guys. I'm 43 now. I don't look 43. I'm told I'm not. I don't look 43. I do things to keep young and sprightly and all that, but I have age and experience and all that as well. So again, just encourage you to shoot me a PM. You can go apply directly for a conversation. I'm offering breakthrough assessment calls now, 15-minute quick, fast assessment, see how I can help you, talk about your situation and a prescription for what might be next best for you. We can do that, or just reach out over chat. Make it easy. So, and that's coreofconfidence.com / actually this one's /assess. And if that's, I used to have a different link, but now it's a new one, whatever. PM's the easiest. I encourage you to PM because it's cool to chat back and forth a little bit too. So yeah, that's it. That's all for today. We'll see you on the next live stream. Hope that helps. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.